Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name is Andy. My channel is Finding Value. We're going to do our daily uranium technical analysis update. Boy, does it look like an ETF came in here and they threw the money down. They threw the bizzos down. They were like, "Pah, pah, 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 pah." And some of them, I mean, like the one-day returns in uranium are what people strive for yearly returns. That's the volatility of uranium, and that's, I guess, why I love it, because the volatility and the value here. The value here is tremendous. Again, I'm going to restate one thing, just me personally. I'm a buy and hold in this sector. I'm not trading in and out. I'm not using these as buy and sell signals. I'm just looking for entry points for long-term accumulation over the entire bull market of uranium. That is what I am doing with my money. This is just my financial opinion. Please don't take it as advice. And here we go. We'll jump in and do the technical analysis. So here we go. So looking at the physical uranium price, we're at 38.80, up a little bit. And again, this might be delayed. This is Trading Economics, latest data. I'm going to zoom out, and this is what it looks like zoomed out. I'll throw a couple trend lines in here to show you guys how to draw some trend lines. Pretty easy. You throw that in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top here and throw this up there. What does that look like? Looks like a back test, Mr. Finding Value. It does look like a back test, doesn't it? What do you think we do on back tests, guys? Yeah, we like buying them, and I think it's probably gonna head higher very soon. That's my guess. But this chart looks fantastic. We got the kind of little wiggles and bumps before a big move. I think when this thing backtests and it starts to go, I think this could be our last good buying opportunity. But that looks good. We've got Uranium. This thing, it's like a Mack truck with money came rolling in here and just unloaded on the shares, guys. So what I was hoping that we would get is I was hoping we would come down, we would sit in here, and we get a nice good buying signal, like a bullish engulfing, bullish piercing, a hammer pattern, something that's showing a reversal, not a boatload of money coming in, or a dump truck full of money just dumping money into this sector, which I think this is ETF buying because it flooded everywhere. It wasn't like 3 companies went up. It was all of the companies for the most part. So someone came in here and purposefully bought a lot. We've got a massive amount of volume. This is probably ETF buying for sure. And we're moving on up. We can see that with CCJ. It's quite dramatic. Haven't noticed. Next Gen Energy, 14.5%. Big move here. I wouldn't have projected this when looking at the charts with these 2 candlesticks here. I would have said more consolidation before the move. The one thing that did give a little bit away is the declining volumes here. This one doesn't look as bad. Fission, oh my goodness, 32%. I mean, guys, you could have saved some money for tomorrow to buy. You didn't have to do it all in one day. But it came on down. We had a bearish engulfing here. Man, this is weird. Usually you have a dead period. It skipped and expedited this period with the ETFs rolling in here and throwing a 32% up day in a day. We've got Sky Harbor Resources, again, came on down, big massive buying, big volume, 17% up day. We're seeing across the sector, 9% on Canalaska. I wouldn't say this is necessarily a pretty chart here either. Fission 3.0 up 12.5%. Moving sideways. It kind of came into a little bit of a dead period. Nice big volume. People are coming in and cost averaging in here, or not even cost averaging, just buying it all in one day, I should say. Standard Uranium, this one, I mean, they're looking good now that we've got the buying pressure of a lifetime all showing up in one day. Baseload Energy looking strong. We still got these little wicks at the top. Sometimes there's some sellers up here. They're liquidating their shares. They can't hold on, even though they have a discovery. They held the stock because they held the stock for a while, and they're selling out up here. But I think once we get through these sellers, greener pastures are ahead. Azincourt, 21%. This looks like a really good chart. You've got the downtrend line that it breaks here. So, and guys, I'm doing a lot of candlestick reading here, but this one looks good because, and then what you've got is kind of this like little dead period here, right there. So we broke out of this, came up, and then we kind of came to this dead period, and I bet you we're probably gonna launch higher here. Looks very good. Here's Forum Energy Metals. I heard Forum Energy Metals screaming in the background, "Don't leave me! Why did you leave me?" So Forum Energy Metals got left behind here. I guess they need to put uranium in their name or something. But yeah, that was up 1.58%. Here's Bannerman Resources. That's also up 8.5%. Man, this chart had no indication of showing me that this was just going to rocket higher, but it did. It did, and that's why I stay in the sector. What's going to happen after this? That's a really tough call. It depends on what the ETFs continue to do. If they're going to continue to buy, it's going to go higher. If they're not going to buy, I'd be interested to see what happens. If we're going to get a little bit more of a pullback again and then rocket higher. But we'll see. Deep Yellow, it partaked a little bit, but not as much, 4.29%. We've got Forces Metals. I mean, this is a 15.6% update, and it doesn't even look like it's out of the norm on this chart. This is a really volatile company. I think we could see this thing really rocket higher when it gets moving. Goviax Uranium, another 14.5% update. Will this continue higher? Let me know in the comments section if you guys think this is going to continue higher, if we're just going to blow out of here, or do you think this is a one-off day where we're going to kind of come back a little bit longer and consolidate before moving higher? I'm kind of indifferent at the moment because, I mean, the ETFs rolled in here, whichever one it was. URNM is what my guess is because URNM owns all these, and I think they just kind of, flooded the market with money. And we could still pull back a little bit and consolidate a little bit longer. Or maybe if they continue to do it, just rocket on higher. Global Atomic, way to go, 18.5%. By looking at the chart, I would have never guessed that we were going to have an 18.5% today. No way. We have a slight move up, a ton of resistance trying to move up into it, bearish engulfing, bearish piercing. I would have never guessed an 18.5% today. But guess what? It happened. And that's why I don't trade in and out of these stocks, guys. I'm a buy and hold type guy. I've made that absolutely clear from the beginning of this channel, and I'm riding the entire bull market up because things like this can happen in a day and shift the charts. And this is obviously ETFs or something buying. It's in every company. 16.3% in UU came right down and pop higher. We've got UEC, Uranium Energy Corporation. This one has a little bit better because it's pretty smooth and clean coming down, and then it popped higher. Some looks pretty good. We might get a little bit of a bloody nose next to these big guys, which is a small down day. But I will say we ended strong on most of these. Usually ending strong has a high likelihood of a continuation, at least in the morning of tomorrow, and we'll see how it ends the day tomorrow. But they're finishing all very strong at the end of the day. You can see that on all of them. That's a big volume too. Very nice, strong buying day today. URG, very similar. Western Uranium, looking good. This one did come down into a point and break its pattern. So now's the time, guys, if you want. You got to hold on to your shares. This isn't time to be messing around with trading. That was the mistake I did last time. This one's a break to the upside. This could pull back, do a retest, and it might not. The short term is the hardest to read. The big long-term stuff is what I like to see. And this is one where it threw a pattern here, which the pattern in the book would say it's going to break to the downside. It's a high, a probability. But right here, we had this nice big bullish engulfing right here, and it launched higher. So that's out of the books, guys. This thing could run, and it could run to the upside here for LEU. I would be holding on to this thing. We also broke a massive pattern back here. We broke, consolidated, and it consolidated upward and broke. So this is uber strong. Uber strong. Now Kier, 5.4%. Now I'm willing to bet people who have international consolidated uranium are kind of jealous of the other companies. They're like, man, we only went up 5.44% today. But in all reality, guys, 5.44% is pretty dang good. It's just everything else is crazy good. Like Laramide, 21% almost. That's a massive move. So hold on to these guys. Just hold on. And it finished strong, too. They're all finishing strong. If you notice, Peninsula Energy, it's a little bit smaller up day, 5.6. Still doesn't look too bad. Boss Energy up 9%, looking not too bad. Good volume. National Atomic, Kazatomprom looks pretty good here. We threw a bearish engulfing here, which is almost like a false break. We have a bullish engulfing here. And what I'm talking about is candlestick patterns. Candlestick patterns with probabilities. Bearish means that it could potentially go lower. Bullish engulfing means that we could go higher, and we could go lower. So we've got these buyers and sellers battling and dueling it out, created basically this little pattern here, and then broke to the upside today. So we could see a big move here. We could. UEXCF, we have a bullish engulfing, bullish piercing. That's what these big white candlestick bodies are, engulfing the candlesticks before it. It means that this candlestick engulfs the entire body of the one before it. This one does, and this is a bullish piercing. So we could see this move on up with UEXCF, with this bullish engulfings everywhere in here. And then we got Blue Sky moving on higher. That looks good, 14%. That's what I have for today. It's a lot of the companies that we cover. Would I be buying here? Oh, God, I don't know. I mean, I disclosed some days or weeks ago that I was buying. I bought FISOF, Fission 3.0. I probably bought a couple more. I don't remember. That was about a week or two ago, and I don't even remember about a week or two ago what I was doing. I might have bought Standard Uranium too. I can't remember. But these look good. They look good. They're finishing strong. If the ETF continues to buy, we're going up. Now, this stuff's really hard to read if you get buying like this today. Like a flood of money just came in and bought everything up. I mean, that's why everything was up massively. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in. I'm buying whenever I can on the downside. I let you guys know what I'm buying. And I hold on. I don't sell. I don't try to trade. I don't do any of that stuff. The valuations are incredibly good. We've got supply-demand fundamentals that are backing these charts that look amazing. So the fundamentals are great in terms of a supply-demand deficit balance. We've got good valuations. There's no reason for me to even think about selling these. You've got good valuations, good fundamentals. Why would you sell it? And the market conditions are good too in terms of inflation and energy crisis and all those other things in the backdrop. So I think this sector is one of the best sectors to be invested in and stay invested for me. You guys can do whatever you want, but I screwed up last bull market at the end of it by trying to trade in and out. This time, I'm not letting this go to waste. I am loading up. I'm staying invested. I'm going to ride it higher. So that's my plan. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.